Hi guys. So I'm just checking if my mic is on. So we starting on the third triple three of the five. That's in for restorations, right? Um. Okay, so this is one of the lower number cars as well. And I red original color, but you can see that the red. I have a feeling that this guy has been resprayed because the color or the red on this car is a little bit darker or brighter to the henna that's supposed to be. So, survivor car, I would assume it's a survivor car. It looks like it's in a much better condition than the Aero Silver car that we just done now. From a mechanical side, we couldn't really test, or no, we couldn't test this car at all, right? So this is one of the cars that I haven't driven out of there. The first thing I could see is that there's no airflow meter running on the car, number one. Number two, I've been through the harness and I've tried to check in. The car is still running on the original ECU, but I don't know what the story is behind it, and we got to dig further into that. We'll go into the engine bay now, and I'll show you how everything looks. I'll show you how the airflow has been bypassed. Then yeah, we're basically gonna carry on with the same scenario. The car looks more complete, more intact, but I do believe that there is rust at the bottom of the car, and I also do believe, or I can see the rust creeping up here. So this car has been painted. We don't know what's hidden under there. You'll actually see like how the bearings are put back on. You can see there's clips missing in certain places, and you can actually hear how loose they are. So you look here on the corner, it has been taken off before. So the car has been repainted. The chrome work on the car is shattered. So never mind the scratches and that, there's a lot of dents everywhere on the chrome, right? And this year, because we're going back to the original, it's gonna be very hard for us to repair this year. We're gonna have to see what the way forward is there. So there is nothing available from the agents as well. We've got original Alpina wheels on it. I'm gonna take the camera off the tripod now, and we're basically gonna go through a walkthrough on the car. So this one here, I've actually had to wait a little bit because my 3-year-old daughter, you see in the video here. Okay, so I must just get a pole to hold this guy up. My 3-year-old daughter wanted to come and strip the car with me. So it's not child labor, it's just bonding time. So she's gonna have her own workstation, her own working area while we carry on. She is gonna be in the video. She might talk to me in the video. Just excuse that, guys. It is like, yes, this is a business, but it is very family orientated. From myself and my family to myself and my workers, or call it management staff and the workers. It is very family orientated. So she'll be involved in that as well, right? So what we're gonna do is let's go through the car quickly. It is a sunroof car. The braking system is wrong on this vehicle, and that's, I actually want to show you guys this here. I should have showed you on another triple three. I'll try and show you on one of the others there. The braking system is wrong on this car, so this here is got to get seen to as well, and it's going to be tricky, it's going to be hard, but we have to source it and get that done. Then yeah, let's go through the car and let's get strapping. Okay, so Sophie just brought a pole. Just hold on, we're not too worried about scratching because obviously we are going through the car, but we don't want to dent anyway. Okay, so first and foremost, right, the first thing that comes to mind, you can see the water bottle on this car. And they've had to put a screw in here and utilize the plastic bumper water bottle when the brackets are there for the triple three setup. So first and foremost, this here is wrong. So in the previous videos, you guys could see what I'm busy with. You can see that when I spoke to you about stripping out in regards to pipes and so on, I get this is wrong. This has to come out. Then I showed you on the other car, your fuse box plug on the Aero Silver car was sitting somewhere here, right? And I told you, I said, that the whole section is wrong. This is where the plug is supposed to sit. So if you take this cover off, it's the same plug that was on the Aero Silver car, but this is in the correct location of it. Then we had another, I think it was on the white car, where the plug was actually sitting on this side and it was slid into the first compartment. And I told you, I said, no man, this doesn't look right. And this is the reason why. It fits in snugly here, and this is meant for your relays, right? So we want to keep this cover with it. Then we're gonna go ahead and do the necessary strip out. You can see one of the intake braces are not here, right? So it looks like the stepper cover has been changed before, because you can actually see the mounting point is blanked off there, and that's probably the reason why. And here you've got your crank sensors sitting loose on that side. So we'll tackle that as we're busy with the car. You can see here as well, the airbox is the wrong airbox on this car here. That's a normal M20 airbox. No airflow meter on there, but she still got the air ballast on it, and so on. The stepper cover doesn't, okay, I can see from here that the stepper cover is not correct. Then this cover, the Bowie cord holder is wrong as well. So that's probably from the E34s. Looks like from the E34s. The 333 has the old-fashioned round ones that will still bolt on, but it doesn't have plastic molded mounts. It's got basically a clamp on either side holding it down. Then you can see here they've got aftermarket hoses here. You can see something is not right there, and that's something that we've got to sort out and work out. The battery tray on this car looks good, but you can see there is rust creeping up under here. But this here looks like a much better condition than the other vehicle, than the other silver car. Let's just go to the brakes quickly. So with regard to the brakes, you can't really see on video here, but you can actually see the physical size of the disc and the caliper. So if I'm not mistaken, the 333 disc is a 296mm disc. This is a standard 325 disc, which I think is a 278 or 274, somewhere around there. As for the interior, the door cards is a no-no. That we've got to change. We've got to get rid of it. The seats were recovered before, not done well, but they are also age torn, and we've got to get that seen to. When it comes to the, now we've got to do a color check on this vehicle, right? And see what color interior this guy had. But the carpet that it's got on now currently is not the original carpet. This is normal speaker board carpet on this car. And then your headlight adjuster, this kick panel, you know, is definitely wrong. We've got the Alpina cluster on. We've got the vent gauge on. The vent gauge also, there's a couple of sensors not working. And then we've got the cassette holder, which I need to do some more research on to see if the 333s came with a cassette holder, handbrake consoles in place. Then I was talking to you about your beadings, your window beadings, your rain gutter beadings, and so on again. And I'm just gonna see if the angle will catch the dents on it. But there's a lot of dents all over the show on them, and that's what I was talking to you about earlier. I'm gonna see. You can see of how the rubber, okay, how the rubbers are put on. You can see here the beadings. Look, it was taken off before, and it's these things are delicate. Where we've also got to pay attention to, right, is on the sills of the 333s. So if you look at where the door sill starts, if the clips are incorrectly, it won't sit as close to the body as this one is sitting, right? You'll actually have a little bit of a gap, but there's got to be a rubber strip in here that runs between the kit panel and between the body itself. So we've got to get that in, and then we've also got to see what is going on with regards to the sill. If it's the sill that's dented, or if it looks like there's a warpage on the kit panel itself. But we've also got to pay attention to that, because if we don't get it right from now on, we will, once we start assembling the vehicle, you'll actually see the warpage on the body lines from there. Then boot area, wide tool tray. You can see this is a totally wrong color. It's been recovered, but it's got a wide tray on it. If we just go into here and we see the sponging quickly, okay, there's no sponge, so there's no indication. Okay, look here. There's no indication if it had a wide or a short boot tray on it. Right, so we're gonna go back, and this is the tow hooks that I was talking to you about. This is what the 333s normally come with. So basically, if you needed to tow the car, you didn't have to go into the apron. You could work in the back. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done on the car. And I think we best get started. So what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna start now on the kit panel. I'm gonna start on the engine bay side. I'm gonna ask Future to take out the seats for me quickly, get the seats out, and then we'll start working through the cluster or the dashboard together so we can start inspecting. Before I finish up with the video, the backboard is also wrong. That's been recovered. You can see the 6x9 cutout holes on there. So we need to source and sort that out as well. And I think that's it. So let's get cracking. Okay, guys, so what we're gonna do is, let's start off by taking off the headlights. Then I'm gonna try and take off the reflectors. I'm gonna try and take it off carefully. Unplug the fog lights. I don't know if there is a valence here behind. Then we can start loosening off the bumper. Again, in theory, what there should be the two, I think it's size 13s on the side of the car, the two 10s in the front, and then we're gonna start. Let's get the front of the car strapped out. Then I'll move over to the kit section. I'll move over to the bearings, and then we'll do the back bumper. We'll get that out properly. We'll move over to the bearings of the car, and then we'll start with the engine side of it. Okay, so where's the clip? Here's a clip for you to take off. There's a clip there for you. You can take off that clip. I'm gonna start you by these clips. I'll come help you there now also. Okay. Okay, there's that one loose. Let me help you here. Don't pull it. Okay, there. So these clips are tight, yeah? Yeah, there. There's a clip out.
Where's the screw on it?
I'm gonna show you where the screws are now.
Yeah, but I'm saying I got one.
Okay. So these clips are tight.
I know.
I'm talking on video also, baby. Yeah, there's the two clips. Take the two clips away. Okay, so these clips are tight to take out. They are but stubborn, but they are coming out, and basically on this one here we were just short of one clip. Okay guys, so I've started taking the grills out quickly, but you'll see the conditions of these grills. You got the guide clip in there, but your bottom guides are broken. These grills have got broken clips here on top, so this is going to be basically thrown one side. No screws holding at the bottom, which does get a bit, it's basic stuff that people can just put in. Anyway, so I'm just going to keep those screws here together. This one doesn't have a screw on this side here. So, okay. So no screws holding the grill. Right. Anyway, I'm going to try and remove these. Again, a whole lot of sticker flex holding the reflectors. The reflector is not broken, it's just a whole lot of sticker flex holding at the back, and it sounds like I'm breaking it off, but I'm actually not. So we don't have to take off the whole beading, only when we start stripping the bumper out. But the beadings, we're actually going to have a look at them. They look warped. There's a lot of overspray on them. You can see the paint is actually fading away from here. So ideally you don't want to spray on the plastic side. Okay. Again, a whole lot of sticker flex. So as I'm pulling it apart here, it's just breaking off. So while I'm busy here, this is a whole lot of adhesive at the back of it, and unfortunately they are gonna break out. So sometimes when people put cars together, they put it together as if they're never gonna take it apart again. But yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my 10 tube quickly. We'll take out the two fronts, we'll turn the wheel full to the one side, and it's the wrong size. Okay, so I'm gonna get my 13 out quickly. Okay, so okay, so this here wants me to take the fender liners out first. I forgot on the other car, fender liners one day. So let's do this here. Let's carry on with the. I was just trying to think of an easier way now because I don't want to jack the car up. So I think what I'll do is when the car's on the left, I'll start removing the bumpers in there, off from there. I'll carry on with the kit for now. So guys, like I told you before, I'm not editing and yes, I am editing, but I'm not trying to script this whole thing. So you'll find a lot of the times when I'm busy, I'll actually make quite a few mistakes here and there. Okay, so here is a clip here, right? At least the clips are incorrectly. So see, they're supposed to be. Okay, this one has got the nut in here at the end. Remember on the other cars we didn't have the nut at the end, the same like I showed you guys on the yes. There's a lot of clips missing on this guy, so they used a lot on the nut side. Yeah, so the bearings, look, the bearings are not torn, they're not bad, but there's a whole lot of, I'm just gonna come closer to the camera. There's a lot of overspray on the bearing, and then they decided and went and made this guy here red, but it's painted red over it. So if we're gonna be able to use this bearing again, I'm not too sure. I don't know if we'll be able to salvage the chrome on there. Okay. So on a separate note, good news is our spray booth is being installed now. So that is out there. Let me see what they used. Okay, they didn't use anything in the front here. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take off the, remember the size 8 at the bottom holding the clip, the panel on. Take that off and then I'll just pop it out. Ach no man. Let me just see if this is a screw here or if it's an Allen key. If it's an Allen key, then I'll be able to get it. But it looks like they've got a screw here at the back. So again, I'll only be able to work with that with the wheel off. Let's see if I can get to this guy here quickly. There should be a tin here at the back of this guy. And then this bearing should be able to slide off. So on the 333s, you'll find, okay, firstly on the normal chrome bumpers, you'll find your bumper corner will be on there, but you've got a lip at the bottom here. On the 333s, it's a very small note, a very small ID on it, right? But it's very noticeable if you know it. This lip here is actually cut off. So it's absolutely hard to get the original rear beading from that. What I think I'm actually going to do, guys, I think I'm going to leave the side skirts. I'll just take off the bearings on the other side. I'm going to leave the side skirts. I'm going to leave the front bumper and the rear bumper for when the car is on the left. Otherwise, I'm just going to be working backwards. Okay, so I'm going to start off here again quickly. Just a clip in there. Okay, so this bearing is broken in the front here already. Okay, so it is just on the clip here. Okay, it is on the clip. These clips are hard. So there's one clip missing here. I'd like to know what is holding at the back here. There's supposed to be a stud here running to the back of it. Supposed to be a stud here. I can feel something at the back here, but I cannot ID it. And it feels like a nut. I don't know if it feels like a nut here. The back. So behind these beadings, you're supposed to have a stud coming out, but a lot of these guys didn't have that on there. It feels like there's a whole lot of rubberizer here at the back here. Let me do this here quickly. Let me grab one of my small sockets. So it feels almost like a 6. I'm gonna try a 6mm first, and I'm gonna see if the 6 works. So I don't really want to put it on the ratchet because I could turn it. Okay, let's try the 7. It looks like I am able to bite at the back here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use the small ratchet because it looks like I am able to get it in here. Looks like I am able to bite it, but this, and I felt no, there's so much of rubberizer around this guy. Unless the guys put a screw in there from the back. Let's see what we take out of here. It is a nut. So they are using the correct clip, and this is why every time you see or you've seen me take a beating off, I always put my hand at the back because I was looking for this nut over here. So that's a good sign. Then this is the nut behind the door we spoke to you about. So that's supposed to be using a 7 as well, and a lot of the guys tend to use these plastic ones here. So I actually agree that the plastic I would have also have done this here. The plastic does look better, but it is the wrong nut to use here. Okay, I'll pick it up now. So you can see how weak the clips are, where they just pop on. So you're actually reliant on that specific clip. So I'm just gonna wedge in here a little bit and just give a clip. So I was actually wrong with this one here. What I could have actually done was, and I actually forgot about it, I could have actually slid the beading out. It's actually got a guide here. So I didn't break the clip. This one is already broken. There are no clips here. One popped out. So I could actually slide it out here. I think I can do the same. I think I need to pop out here and then I'll be able to slide it back out. But I'm just gonna dump my hand here. I don't feel anything here. I don't see anything here. So this beading here on this front is actually a different beading. It's a plastic bumper beading. I'll show you the difference in the two now quickly. Okay, so the slide beading was actually at the back there. Don't know what has been out here in the front. But you can see the beadings on the car is old, right? So which it tells me that the car most likely just had a blowover or respray quick. Okay, so this one is supposed to have a screw coming in at the back here, right? But you can see they've got another clip on here. So we've got the bearings out. I'm not going to take the bumpers off now, like I told you guys now. So let me move over to the engine bay while Future is busy with the seats. Once he's done with the seats, what I'll do is I'll start with the dashboard. We'll start with the vent gauge and start pulling out around there. I'm not going to go into detail with regards to the seat belts and so on like that. Actually, while I'm here, I can start with the dorsal clips. Okay, on this guy here, you can see that there is no inner dorsals, right? So I'm gonna go out now and I'm going to pull the door rubbers out. You can see how the door rubbers start tearing after a while. Right, I'm gonna leave this guy here. Let's give it a quick fold. And then the dorsals, it looks like there's clips holding it. I'm gonna use a thinner wedge tool. So So, look, it is a bit rough. There's a lot of double-sided tape and everything over it. I don't know if we're going to be able to salvage this guy. Clips are still in place. I'm going to keep that together here. We will do the same on that side there. But I think this carpet has got glue on it. Eh? Future? There's glue then. Eh? Okay. So, look, it's not a bad thing to put glue, but not if you're putting the wrong carpet on. And the carpet is very thin as well, which I can't. Okay, we'll check underneath and see if the rubber sheeting is there. Let me just move the camera across. Let me pull the dorsals out. Okay, Future, you can take the seat out here for me. Then you can pull the back seats out from the side here, right? Let me move across there quickly. Okay, so that's where the double-sided tape came from. They got these aftermarket dorsals. on them. Thanks, Future. Future, do me a favor. Just keep the beadings all together. There's one on that side there. There's three on the side here, right? Just put them in its place and then we can tag them now. Okay, so again, no inner dorsal on this side here. So I'm gonna go and pull the rubbers off. The rubbers are actually easier if you start pulling from here. You've got some leverage as to starting from one of the corners. Okay, so this is the reason why there was double-sided tape on the other side, because they put these aftermarket soles over. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not even gonna try. Just for nah, you see, the double-sided tape is from this guy to this beading here. So I'm just gonna go and pop out the whole beading. It's actually a good beading, and they went and spoiled it with a aftermarket unit. Future, put this there for me, please. And then here's the rubber here. Okay, so this is the floor. I don't know if you guys can see the flooring on this car. Look, the carpet doesn't look bad, right? It doesn't look like a bad carpet. As you can see, it's a couple of pieces carpet on it, but not for a 333. You know, if you got an aftermarket vehicle, I'm not calling it an aftermarket vehicle. If you got one of those vehicles here, then okay, fine. It'll actually do the trick for that. It really doesn't look bad. It would have looked better if they had the flooring or the insulation under there and so on like that. I don't know if I should start and carry on with you in the interior, finish up the interior, and then move to the engine. Maybe do that. Okay, cool. Okay, so we're gonna take the door cut out now. I'm gonna pull these clips out, but none of these clips are actually here. So the 17 is going through the door cut, yeah. Future, give me your 17 ratchet and socket, please. Okay, arrow. We're gonna take out here quickly. I think this is the only bolt holding. Yes. Yes, I'm gonna take this guy out here quickly. So she's loose, yeah. So they're running. Baby, come such a. Come here, come. So they're running this rail underneath the door cut, right? Okay, let's see if I can push up. I don't know what is running behind. If they're running on, if they're modifying everything else that they say, I can just guarantee that there is something at the back and something else is holding on here. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so this is what I got it. This is what I was chatting to you guys about. So this is how the masonite actually breaks off, and once it breaks off like this, you can never get this guy nice and flush. Let's see, the beadings need a lot of work. This one here is actually broken off as well. But again, like I'm saying to you, that we're not going to use this door cut. The only good thing about this door cut is that they've still got the original insulation on this side here. So we're going to move over to the driver's side now, and I'm going to take that card out that side there. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing on this side here, and again, like on the other side. Maybe you come in a bit. Your screwdriver's on your chair. There's your screwdriver there. So like on that side there, they've got screws again. They got one here. There's nothing in the center. They got one there. Aria pointed out they got one on that side there. You're gonna have your screws here. We're gonna take the window, the mirror switch off. This guy is broken already from here, so this guy will slide back now. This guy's broken from here already. Let's take the door pan out there. Okay, so this door pan is actually stripped in here. And you don't want it stripped because, okay, you take the pan out. Right? You don't want it stripped in there because it'll always give you a rattle. So these clips that hold your door handle armrest, if I can call it that. I think they are armrests. You can actually buy these clips from the agents, right? And I promise you, it makes such a difference when you're assembling the vehicle because you're able to get everything tightened to where it's supposed to be tightened. Because a lot of the cars have aged or they stripped out or something of the sort. This still feels good, yeah. But you'd like to change these clips because it adds to the build of the vehicle. So I just want to pull this end off here first. And they've always got these long screws in here. Future, you coming, right? You know, that screw always gives me a hard time, right? And Sophie's the one that helps me. It's just because you can't see the head of it and you gotta like feel it out. And yeah, the phone is gonna start again. I don't know who's that. Yes, baby. You got it out? No. I'm gonna loosen it for you, then you can take it out, right?
That one is the tightest.
Is that the tightest one? Okay, let me loosen it here for you, then you can take the rest out. Okay. Yeah, you can take out there. You coming, right? Cool. Drywalls all the way, I guess. Okay, so this one here, I can actually see how the switch is sitting in here, right? And you can actually see how it's stuck in, and I know I'm gonna have a hard time pulling this guy out. Let me try and wedge it in from this side here and see if I can get the spool behind the switch to pull out.
Looks like it's almost done, yeah?
Almost there. And I'm gonna break the spool now. And I knew I'm gonna battle with this guy. So you can actually see, how the switch is tucked in behind all the material, and that what is happening now is that as I'm trying to pull forward, your top gets stuck in further on that side. I'll try. So having said that, right, when you're building a custom car and you want to do your door cards and or do even your dashboard, especially on the dashboard, you're gonna battle and battle and battle to line everything up properly if you've got this added material all the way around it.
You look how it's all
Is it out?
like that, yeah?
Okay.
I'll put my screwdriver down.
Eh? You're putting your screwdriver on. Okay. You're taking a break.
I just press my line.
Pass you your drill. What are you gonna use it for?
Yeah, but it's screw. Because that screw I'll try to take it out.
Eh?
Because you know, that's why it's the tightest. So then,
Okay, go. Forget to do. My word. Can I battle with this?
It's pretty good coming out.
Okay, so we got it out. Let's get to the screw. That's it.
It's pretty coming out the other.
Eh?
Coming out.
Is it coming off?
Mm.
Good one, man. Good one. Okay, so this head has been forced in here, and it's actually facing this way here, which is not as tight. I need to pull it away, unfortunately, a little bit, so I can get as straight as possible. Is it out? Okay, so we're gonna take the switch out quickly. Okay, switch is out, plug is out. Let's get the screw out of here. Let's get the screws out here. So even the screws are stuck in between the material here. Okay, I'm gonna leave it in there so long. Okay, so we've got that out. Araya, you got your screw out? Eh?
Let it out.
Do you have it out?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Look here.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, let me just help you to take it out further. Right?
That's pretty still tight.
It's still tight. Okay. Right. Let's see what else is holding it now. Okay. So these clips are barely holding. That whole side is loose already. So I'm just gonna give it a tug up and a tug up here. And just wiggle it out. So same thing. Is it's a door card, but they've just covered over it. Right, you can see no shielding, no insulation over here. And yeah. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull the rest out there now. I'm gonna pull the back door cards off. I'm not really gonna video that because you guys saw it. That's quite simple. And yeah, let's get to getting the dashboard out. So while Future is still busy on the dashboard and loosening up everything there, I hate taking out this bearing, right? This bearing drives me crazy, but I'm gonna attempt taking it out. So these gutter locks have been taken out before, and you can see that they are very flimsy to take out. So they clip in from the top here normally. want to loosen it up from the bottom. So the rain gutter bearing, you don't really want to put too much of pressure on this guy, right? Because you will bend it. So I want to take it off now while I've still got the window in, just so I can use the window as leverage. So you just want to massage it up. You don't wanna grab and pull. The minute you grab and pull, you're gonna warp it out. So you wanna massage till this point here. Arya, sorry baby. Let me come here to the corner of the. Come here quickly. Same story on the side, but if you see this here, you've got to pull. I hate this feeling. And you've got to have such a almost like a gentle hand with it. There. And these beadings are so flimsy, right? That with such little effort, you actually bend them. And to try and straighten it from there is just a headache. Now you're gonna try and massage it up, but your lip running in here is so much thicker than your top beading. So this whole beading is loose already. It is warped a little bit already. I'm gonna try and lift it up a little bit, right? So I can get some leverage out of here. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna pull it up again a little bit. There. Right, you can actually see the clips on here from the beading. So she's out nice and straight. Not bad. Good. Yeah. Just put this there down from the outside. Okay, so the gutter beading out, and that is actually the easier one, right? So I'm gonna come out now and I'm gonna pull this guy out. This guy normally just clips out if you don't have any Sikaflex on it. Right, no clips broken, and it's out. Future, where did you put this gutter beading? Okay. Okay, so let's start with these. Let's start with this beading here so long. So what I need to do is, in order to take this beading off, I've got to take off the mirror, right? So do you have the T-bar there by you? Future? You got it? No, size 10. The yellow one. Yeah, so this rubber will just basically pull off. It clips on in the front, and here at the back you've got a grommet. Okay. So this grommet seems to be the original grommet on it, but I'm gonna pull it off. We're not gonna reuse it, so I'm not gonna worry to salvage it. Even this rubber, we will use the new rubbers on here because this is an exterior point number one. You can see it here on the corner. Okay, so okay, so I'm going to take off the mirror first quickly. Sorry, I didn't realize that the camera wasn't facing the door. So I'm gonna unplug the mirror here quickly, and then you've got sorry, it's 8. Sorry, my bad. You've got 8 on the mirror. Alrighty. Okay, and then you just want to guide this plug out. Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna put these. Okay, but these bolts are all wrong. One is a rough thread, one is a fine thread on the edge. So the fine thread is the correct one. You can see here that they broke the housing on the inside. So we'll see what to do on this mirror if we are going to replace or what the plan is on there. So while we get in on here, so on this guy here, you basically just want to start clipping off. Arya, just watch it, baby. Okay, so I've taken this cover off here, this plastic cover here. That basically just clips into the insert. Okay, so we start basically just lift up, unplug. Okay. This one here is a bit easier because it was taken off before. It does get a bit harder on the original car, so don't be fooled and think, oh no, it comes off so easily. It doesn't actually. So let's see this guy. There's no need for this one here to be a mission, right? If it does get a little bit tight, sorry baby, I'm just looking for one more clip here. Yes, yeah. If it does fight you a little bit, then just clip at the bottom, but don't force it. You've got these clips in here, right? And these clips are not the hardest of clips, but don't force it. There's no need to bend and carry on. These clips do get a bit stubborn on you. Later on, we would want to take all these clips off. They are going to go in for plating. It's on. Let me just show you quickly. So you can actually see how this one is bent. This one is distorted really bad. Right. Then, when you come, okay, this one here, this one should slide. Is this handle not opening now? Open there. Is it unlocked? Okay. This one here should also just clip out. There is a guide here, so you can't lift it up or down, but you should be able to unclip the front. Yeah, you should unclip the front or the back. Okay, so unclip the front, and then you can slide it out, right? So again, there's no need to break clips. There's no need to use any sort of excessive force on this guy. So we've got all the bearings out on the side here. This is the one I hate doing. Let me refocus the camera here quickly. This is the one I hate doing, but let's see how we can get it out. Okay, so yes, baby. Okay, 2 minutes, right? Okay, so this one here, if you look on the inside of the pillars here, right, there's 2 size 8 nuts from the inside, but you've got to remove the B-pillar cover on the inside, and that cover you've got to take off slowly. We'll do it on the other side and show you guys. Let's figure out this one here. Or see. Just watch your arrow. Yeah, just watch your head, baby. Yeah. Are you not helping me now, Are? Okay, I'm just working here a bit higher. Okay, so I've got the studs out from the body, right? And let's start pulling the bottom out first. So you won't be able to split this two up here. There's 2 pop rivets running behind here. So I'm gonna come with a thinner hook and lift up on here. Someone's gonna give me a hard time. And like I told you, I hate doing these beatings. I don't have the most patient hand with this. Okay, so you don't want to force this out as well. You will distort this guy. See there. Now I'll be able to. So the key is do the top first and not the bottom. So I started at the bottom and I was wrong. So I'm not pulling it as hard as it looks like I'm pulling, right? And that's why it's actually taking a bit longer. And it's not actually too tight. So I'm gonna. I need to get it past the rubber here. I'll try and massage it out. And there's another popper of it in here as well. So I think I'm going about this here wrong. It is loose. Here. Future, are there two clips here? Eh? Then where's it stuck in the rubber here? So I don't want to bend and pull out. So I'm just going to ask Future not to help me because I don't just want to pull out on the train. Eh? This one here, from the top. Yeah, but we shouldn't need to force it because I'm going to start damaging the rubber. See that? So I shouldn't need to do that because I'm going to start bending this guy out here. So that's what is going on here. Okay, so it looks like this. I don't know if it's a sealer here or what is it. Right, and it's easier in the rubber. So let me see if I can slide out here. So it looks like if I lift up, I'm able to squeeze at the bottom here. I'm able to pull it past the rubber. Okay, there's it out. Thanks. Future, this tool worked better. This tool worked nice. So I managed to pull it out without warping any of the beadings. Alright. And this window here, Future, you're gonna pinch out here for me. So yeah, you're just gonna pinch your rubber out. Okay. So this guy should actually pop out quite easily. So I'm not too worried about the roof line on this car, right? This roof liner has to be repaired. And you can see it's got numbers on it. I need to match the numbers through to the other windows and see if they match. If they do match, then we want to try and maintain it. If they have been replaced, just say for example, if one window doesn't have a number on there and this one does have, and it's matching the rest and matching the paperwork, then we need to sandblast onto that. Now, this is another issue that we're finding out in these cars, right? And it's this back tray. Let me take off here quickly for you. Look at this. So this whole backboard is cut out on this car. So finding backboards on E30s nowadays is a problem, and we need to see what to do there. So guys, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to do the rest of, I'm not going to do the other side. You guys have seen. Future, pick up the cover for the seatbelt buckle, please. Don't leave that there, right? We're going to forget it. I'm not going to do the other side for you quickly. Well, not quickly. I'm not going to do the other side. I'm going to only do the one side. You guys saw it, what it takes to get out of there. We're going to now start stripping the rest out. We're getting ready to pull the dash out. I'll do an update on the interior, and that's it for this episode. Then our next episode is going to be now of the drivetrain. We're going to start stripping that out and then start pulling the rest off. Guys, you guys know what to do. Not you, Sophie. I'm talking to the camera. Okay, guys, you guys know what to do, right? Like, subscribe, share, and stay tuned for the drivetrain extraction. Cheers, guys.